Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you my fifth practice game featuring Sarkhan the Masterless and Lukka Coppercoat Outcast. We have a lot of removal. Kahiri into the... Seems like that's a control strategy, I believe. So I'm not sure all this removal is going to be very good, so we'll mulligan. This is better. Definitely going to keep. We have our ramp into a turn 2 Liliana of the Veil. Lightning Bolt for a little bit of spot removal. Ragavan is a turn 1 play if we want. Karn the Great Creator is really good. Maybe we put that to the bottom for now. We'll see what happens. I put on the... what do we want? A turn 1 Ragavan or a turn 2 Liliana of the Veil? Our opponent is playing what looks to be a control shell. Either way, we got to get a stomping ground. I think we'll go ahead and run out the Ragavan. I'm trying to read in a lot into this Kahiri, the orphan card. Anyway, I put on my note when I started this is the free play again, I said. Yep, there that goes. So we are playing control. I said playtesting for my website, please no quitting. We'll see. Hopefully this player will stick it out. It looks like they have plans to stick it out. And we'll get the full video in. So anyway, this is my fifth practice game, practice match. Might run it through a league next. Might run it through a league after this match. Oh man, just too many lands. Too many lands. So we have the double red, we have a green, we have a black. We might just want to go get a basic swamp at this point. See if this resolves. It does not. Force a negation. So control is going to have both counter magic and kill spells. What do they exile? Teferi. As well as an answer for our main deck, Emrakul. So we would love to hit a Lukka and put but I'm sure they have a counter spell in their hand. Another Hierarch could be worse. I feel like control is going to have a variety of main deck answers to our game plan of Emrakul. Obviously, we just in the declare. See at what point our opponent decides they don't want to get hit anymore. All right. Try to finish my thought. I'm distracted by trying to play fast and also think about what to say and what to do. Looks like it's 5-color control. Nath perhaps. Nope. Narset. Interesting. See if they tick it down. We can then at least bolt it. One ring is a good one. So we would really like to hit our Lukka here where our opponent is tapped down. They might still have a force of negation, obviously. Now the question is, do we even want to fetch up our Triome, or would we like to save it for card draw? We have the 2 swamps. We have multiple. All right, we'll just get it a stomping ground. No. We'll bolt. I could go face, but we'll bolt the Narset. Maybe they'll force that. No, that's on their turn. They couldn't. Lukka? No, not another Hierarch. So yeah, we're getting a little bit of the awkward draw here where we're seeing drawing our mana dork section of the deck without hitting any finishers. Opponent might just decide to go ahead and stop the beat now, since that's a lot of damage. Yep, Leyline Binding. Sure. We're out of cards. They have 3 cards plus the 1 ring. Probably not going to go well for us. So we're seeing one of the drawbacks, right? We have a bunch of we've drawn a lot of our mana ramp late game when we really want to hit our the 1 ring. We really want to hit like a Lukka. Lukka here would be good. Again, Emrakul's Annihilate trigger doesn't care about the 1 ring. And we hit a useless land, and they have the 1 ring, so we can't even get damage in. We'll save the land in case we draw Liliana. So I made a couple changes to the sideboard. I'll go ahead and talk about those now. I took out the Blightsteel Colossus. I mean, it's nice, but we're less in need of a second big thing to tutor up when we have all of our other planeswalkers now, including Karn. And, a useless Fatal Push, unless they do play Omnath, but we already don't have we don't have a fetch land. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get there with the Hierarch beats and the 1 ring triggers. Solitude. When they don't even have can't even Fatal Push it. All right, well, our opponent is about to take over this game. We'll give it another couple draws. So we took out Blightsteel Colossus and Relic of Progenitus from the sideboard. Blightsteel because I just don't think we need it given our new plan. We have other things to tutor up from the sideboard as far as threats go. We have our own other planeswalkers in case they summon Surgical Extractions or Emrakul, for instance. We could block, but we need the creature obviously for our Lukka, which will never resolve at this point. Yep. Draw them cards. Update cards. At this point, I'm not even sure we want to show what we're up to. Teferi is an answer for Emrakul. So Money Pile Control, pretty tough matchup. Anyway, so and then we brought in the Tormod's Crypt over Relic because when we're playing against a graveyard strategy, the fastest we're going to get out our Karn is on turn 3. And if we have another land drop, we can... Oh, man. Okay. You're just drawing all the Hierarchs in the world. We'll run it out there. Can at least kill that Teferi if it resolves, even if it doesn't. Leyline Binding again, sure. So our trying to think about where Tormod's Crypt over Relic. So basically, when we're playing against a graveyard deck, if we have to tap out to get Karn, we're usually in desperate need of nerfing the graveyard immediately and not being. And if we have to wait to untap to play the Relic, they could either have a counterspell or just it's already too late. They'll just go off. So getting the Tormod's Crypt for 0 and casting it for 0 mana the same turn we fetch it up, it can be the difference between winning and losing. Now, why is it such a bad matchup? Obviously, they're playing a whole bunch of very powerful cards, and we've drawn really awkwardly. But we can probably just scoop this up at this point. Let me just finish my thought on why it's a bad matchup. They have spot removal to kill our creatures in response to our targeting of them with Lukka. And oh wow. There's the Sarkhan. I would have been pretty dead. And then have main deck a lot of counter magic just to prevent us from resolving our Lukka. So in a lot of ways, we are in trouble when it comes to this matchup. There was a moment there, I think, where we could have stuck a Lukka if we had drawn one instead of a Hierarch and maybe stolen a win, but that's essentially what we're doing. We have to sneak it in under counter magic and hope they don't have an answer. And then that's the third and final reason this is a really tough matchup. They play Teferi, which can then just bounce this to our hand, right? protection from spells. It's not protection from abilities. So yeah, we get to resolve it. They cast a Teferi, bounce it to our hand. We're really sad. So even if we are able to execute our game plan, there's a chance that they're going to answer it. So basically, when you're playing a deck like this, you really don't want to run up against 5-color control or control builds. It's a very difficult matchup. And when you're playing this level of jank, a lot of matchups are difficult, but we are kind of, with our changes, we have a better matchup against some of the creature strategies out there with the addition of Fatal Push. Thoughtseize does give us a little bit of action against control, but we only run 3. Liliana can help keep their hand empty, but then they have the 1 ring. So yeah, it's very much an uphill battle. All right, well, we're not even going to make any changes. I'm not sure there's anything to bring in. Maybe Pithy Needle, but we'd like to be able to search that up with Karn versus playing it. If we did get it down on turn 1 and named Teferi, that would be something, I guess. Fatal Pushes, we didn't see Omnath that game, but there's a good chance Omnath is somewhere in there, 60. So we want to, unfortunately don't want to take out our Fatal Pushes. Do we even want to bother with the Pithy Needle main and hope to draw it?